Wires! Today I'm going to be explaining some wires. I'm going to go kind of fast, so hopefully you can follow along. Alright everybody, stick with me here, okay? So to explain this the easiest way I know, we're going to go by example. So normally, for those of you who have attempted and made a security camera work on a TV, just using the AV cables, that's not going to work with this one because it works on an aux. It's going to need that little aux plug like these. So what you're going to be needing is an AV cord to another end of an aux cord in order to make it work on something that has an aux port like this little DVD player. So instead of a long AV cord like this, you're going to be wanting something more like this. This is an AV to aux cord that I have spliced. I've cut it open, attached the wires, and wrapped it up with electrical tape. Now, if we plug the battery into this little camera here as our test subject, plug in the AV side, and then boop, there we go. We now have picture. I'll show you guys again. Here we go. Working perfectly as intended. So I know the problem that most of you guys have is you don't know how to make one of these. I didn't know either. I just kind of experimented. So to show you how to make one of these, an AV to aux cord, you're first going to need to get one of those. One of these, the good old VHS player cords, the AV cords. And what you're basically going to do is you're going to take just the yellow one and you're going to strip it. Don't be afraid. It's going to die. Ta-da! Now we have just the yellow AV cord. And what we're going to do next is we're going to cut it. So if we take our handy dandy little pliers here. Oh, I know, so scary. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of length just in case we mess up. I'm going to cut them right here. All right. Now we got two. You could probably throw this away or save it. I mean, it's extra wire, basic copper. You use it for something else. And then the left audio and the right audio. You can eventually get around to hooking up a microphone to it. Next, you're going to want to find an aux cord. Just a simple 3-pin is what I have here. It goes aux to aux. Going to want to do the same thing and cut it. I had these two just lying around from previous experiments, so we're going to use these. Now keep in mind that not all wires are the same. My example may be a bit different than yours. So hopefully you can figure it out if you have extra wires or different colored wires. Don't worry about it. We're going to be testing them all anyways. So here I have 3 wires exposed on the aux cord, and then we're going to take the yellow AV cord. We're going to strip that away. There we go. All right. You see how these, I'm going to try and separate this little wire away from all the other copper wires so that they're not touching. See, there we go. So now we got this one main wire and these little copper wires that you probably want to twist together. Just make sure that they're not flying around everywhere. And basically what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to test them out. So the camera's already powered with the battery pack and the DVD player here is on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in, exposed with the wires. Don't worry, they don't shock you. It's not that kind of wire. And then we're going to take our other AV wire with these 2 exposed wires, and we're going to plug it into the camera. Nice and tight there. I forgot to expose this wire a little bit. There we go. All right. Now to get a picture from the camera to the DVD player here, we're just going to start touching wires one at a time. So I'm going to take the enclosed wire with the bit of it exposed at the end. I'm just going to start touching it to the red wire here. I'm going to start touching it to the white wire here and to these little dangly ones down here. And I'm getting no picture. I'm getting no static, no nothing at all. So that means I probably need to do 2 wires at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all these threaded ones, touch it here. Ooh. So what we're going to do is we're going to start touching the wires together. We're just going to start testing to see if we can get a picture. So what I have figured out with these wires specifically, because keep in mind, all wires are different. Most of them are the same, but I mean, if you come across this video and these wires aren't looking like your wires, that's okay. They might just be different colors. They might have more than one wire. Just keep in mind that these 2 wires on the AV cord have to be touching at least 2 other wires on the aux cord. All right, so one of these wires you're not going to use, and that's okay. You're just going to bend it and put it to the side so you make sure it's not touching anything else. These free wires here on the AV cable and on the aux cable, and I'm going to touch them together. I'm going to twist them up a little bit so I can free myself up to do other things. Okay, so those wires are touching now, and as soon as I touch this yellow to the white here, I'm going to get a video. No, not yellow to white. So let's try the red. There we go. So the exposed wires here wrapped up together, and then I'm going to pinch the yellow exposed wire to the red exposed wire, and we get a picture. So now that we got a picture, all we got to do is wrap this up with electrical tape and make sure that all the right wires are touching their corresponding wires that make this picture happen. And eventually, after you've wrapped it all up, you'll end up with this again. There we go.